Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Outstanding. All right, good morning. Good work day today. Got back in full pads, coming off of a very productive day yesterday, getting a chance to go back and watch film. Like I said, it was a big focus on ourselves, but also got an introduction to Notre Dame. Exchanging scouts for a short period of time. Really had the same type of schedule today. Still got good speed on speed work. I thought our guys responded well to the heavy workload yesterday, and really put together a very productive practice here this morning. I like the growth that I'm seeing, the continued competition. I feel like we're on track for where we need to be, but we have to continue to get better. Tomorrow will be a little bit lighter load, as we have a big special teams emphasis, as well as trying to hit some more key situations. But bring it back down just a little bit here tomorrow as we get ready to head into the weekend. But the guys are working at a high level, and excited about the direction where we're going.
Your passing game seems you guys are able to dial up a lot of explosive downfield plays. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that's just getting better each and every day, and the consistency of that. Still has a couple missed opportunities that we've got to finish, but when it goes from the O-line to quarterbacks, make sure they're going through the progressions, receivers, being where they're supposed to be. I'm seeing a lot of growth, and we have youth, we have newcomers at the receiver position. But I think those guys are truly making the investment, and it's got to be a big part of what we're doing if we want to achieve the success that we need to have here offensively.
I'm wearing orange, so you can get mad at me if you want, but in terms of the quarterback, is this something you think might go into next week, or do you think you'll have maybe enough data after Saturday to at least internally kind of make the decision?
We're going to continue to evaluate that. As a staff, we'll have probably a pretty good plan going into next week of what we want it to look like. But at the end of the day, it's always a constant competition, and if there was just one piece of it, then it would probably be a little bit easier. We got some talented guys and guys that are competing at a high level, and we're going to continue to see that as we progress through. And if we make a decision early, then we'll announce that.
This is always such a tough week. Camp's not quite done. It's not quite game week. Classes have started. Are you encouraged with what you've seen mentally from the guys?
I am, and I think I might have mentioned yesterday. We didn't finish at the end of practice necessarily like I wanted. The first day where you kind of break up into scouts, and just the intensity of those reps it was something that we had to address in our meetings. And I thought the guys, they're coming out and they're working. And when I got the practice data from last night, just the speeds, the output, the way that they're working, it's showing up. And with what we see with our eyes, it's showing up. Kind of validated by the data that we have. And so I'm excited about the way the guys are investing, but we have to. At the end of the day, we got a top 10 opponent coming in here on September 5th, and I just want us to be the best version of us. And I believe in this team. I believe in who we have. And, get an opportunity to go showcase our identity, come Sunday night, September 5th.
Coach, I have a broad topic question. I want to ask you grew up watching college football in the state of Florida. Why were they, from the late 80s to the early 2000s, why did you feel like the state, Florida State included, was so dominant? Was it coaching continuity, just dominating, keeping guys at home, that sort of thing?
A little bit of all. It's a talent-rich state, and college football needs the state of Florida to be good, to be competitive, to be among the nation's elite, and that's what we're pushing for. And for us, we've got to do that in recruiting. We've got to do that, in how we practice and how we perform. And so we're going to continue to work at that each and every day. And I'm excited about the direction of our program. We're going to push at a high level, and definitely looking forward to getting Florida State back to where it deserves to be.
Coach, could you talk a little bit about your defense this camp?
Defense, there's a lot of competition over there. I know I mentioned multiple times, I think the defensive front, that top group is really playing at a high level, and it's just continue to focus on the details, the technique, the fundamentals and communication there is huge. And then for us, the added competition there at linebacker, a guy that I've really been pleased with, Cortez Andrews, Kalen DeLoach. Those guys have elevated their game. DJ Lundy is pushing for a lot of time in what we're doing, and we've actually looked at a couple other moves. Jadarius Green McKnight is kind of moved down into the box a little bit. A guy that's one of the more explosive players that we have, that's earning a spot. And so we're evaluating all those things, and I'm excited about what that core enforcing unit is showing, and then obviously that helps everything in the competition we have in the back end.
Does Trayshawn show you new things? As he
He's a really good running back, which, like I said, I mean, this was something that as the season went on last year, that was a guy, he was on scout team last year for most of the year. And you go back, and this is what we're telling some of the young guys that are getting that opportunity now is Trayshawn Ward. I mean, he spent 7-8 weeks working on scout team, but he just kept showing up. And when you sit there and you turn on film, and a guy that's so tough to tackle, and obviously the ability that he has. Well, I mean, you saw in the last game, he got his opportunity and he capitalized on it, and has really emerged as a guy that is a go-to guy for us. I think with the combination with him, Jay Sean. DJ Williams and the growth that he's having, coupled with having LT and guys like that are extremely explosive. I mean, it's gonna be fun to see how that group plays. I'm excited about their growth, and that whole group has a chip on his shoulder, and they want to go out there and they want to play at a high level, and I believe in them, and they're talented guys.
With the talk of the passing attack, I was wondering how McKenzie's doing.
He's doing well. At this time, we're still going through our process of evaluating where things are, for the competition here in week 1. And Mackenzie, we've had a very specific plan for him on what we want to see and what we want to do. And once again, we have all intent and purposes that each person that's practicing, not just Mackenzie, but all the quarterbacks, and we feel very good about our health and availability for week 1. But pretty remarkable just the things that he's been able to do, coming off that injury here a few years back, and excited about what this year's going to be for him.
Jordan in a green jersey, how do you evaluate certain plays when you think, okay, it's probably straight up 26 yards? How do you coach that? How do you evaluate it, even if it's not really a part of the actual scheme of the play?
Yeah, I mean, that's it's one of his great talents, and he is and I think when you look at him and Mackenzie, when things don't necessarily go well, the ability to extend plays, the ability, we're not going to hit our quarterbacks, we're going to be smart with them here, and there's times that they've probably called for a sack where maybe it wouldn't be, but there's also times that probably would have explosive plays that we're trying to make sure we're being smart with them as well. And so I'm excited about their elusiveness, and Jordan showed last year just how dangerous that can be in the running game. And the thing that I'm excited about is just his growth in the passing game, what he's been able to do to couple that. It's really impressive to see his growth.
What kind of growth have you seen from Chuba, even from, say, the last week?
And it's been night and day, and that's the thing. I know I've mentioned this a few times throughout fall camp. Chuba missed so much practice time, and really, I think he had 3 weeks last fall that he was available to even practice. You look at spring, he had a couple practices that as we went into it, so this is the most extensive practice that he's had, and each day he's getting better. There's still things that he's got to clean up and become more confident in, but each rep matters, and we've had a I think a great plan, in how we're developing him and Tate, and giving them opportunities to work with the first group, and giving them opportunities to show that growth, and excited about what their futures are.
Seems like Malik McLean's really stacked a number of good days on each other now. What have you seen from him and his progression?
He's a talented young man. He's somebody that we're absolutely going to be able to count on at a high level this year. Having him here early was big. He got to really work through a lot of those freshman moments. As you get into camp, you get that second week, especially for a true freshman, sometimes it jumps on you. And he had a couple days where there was a little bit of a dip, but I think he's responded in an incredible way. And you've definitely been putting great performance out on the field the last few.
Coach, this is a little thing, but I noticed you spend a lot of time, your whole staff does, on carrying the ball high and tight, up on your shoulder pads, on your chest plate.
Yes, sir.
When did that change? I mean, I see this now as a trend in college football, and it didn't used to be taught that way.
Yeah, no, it's something that I've studied since I was an offensive coordinator. Early in my coaching career, the one thing I realized, if you have the ball, you have a lot better chance to win. And so we talk about owning the football. It's offense, defense, special teams, and it's a way that we've studied to be able to find the most efficient and effective way to run at top speeds and still be able to keep that ball as secure as possible. And it's going to be key to the season. You sit back and you look over the last 5 years at Florida State games. Go look at the games where we won the turnover margin, and go look at the games where we did. and it is very reflective in the record, and that's something that we have to buy into. It's got to be from our running backs, quarterbacks, receivers, everybody that touches the ball, as well as defensively going to get the ball. So it's a big point of emphasis for us.
You mentioned the GPS tracking. How far have you guys come from a year ago?
Say light years, but I mean it's we've come a long way, and our guys just and once again this also that part of that is just being able to train for a summer, and that's last year it was. I mean, there were some legitimate concerns of coming out. We get to practice in heat. We've got you only have a handful of weeks in the summer to truly prepare with your guys. There were some concerns on how hard almost to push just for the health and safety for our players. But going through a full summer, Coach Storms and his staff did a remarkable job. Been really pleased. This is probably the fewest number of soft tissue things that we've seen. We've had a couple, just like anybody, but the workload that we're putting in, the speeds that are showing up, and the way that these guys are responding. I mean, it's been impressive. So we got to continue that as we build up for kickoff. But like I said, I think we're on the right track. All right, guys, thank you.
Hello.